Now, return on investment is the major, or it's one of the major process that helps an individual to grow their net worth over time. And but most people, actually young people, are afraid to make long-term investment. And now this one denies themselves an opportunity for whereby they could be able to take advantage of the compounding interest working on their behalf. So we find most young people do not like taking long-term investment goals, and that means that they always postpone that I'm going to do investment at a later age. So investing at a young age as a person, this will allow the process of compounding interest to work on your advantage, because the amount that you invest will grow substantially over time as you earn interest and receive dividends. Does the share values of the companies that you have invested on are appreciating. So the longer your money is at work for you, it makes you wealthier for the future at the lowest possible cost on your side. So for every young person, we should be focusing on how we are going to make investment actually at a young age, so that over the time, maybe 30 years from now, you will be able to have taken advantage of your interest compounding and making huge amount of return, maybe when you will be withdrawing your money. So the first tactic is adopting a long-term mindset in preparation for the ultimate future and building for your goal. So at this stage, I would like to say that for all young people, we should learn to stop focusing on short-term goals or on short-term investment plan. For most people, maybe when they get employed, they start thinking on how they'll start a side hustle business, and maybe if you want to start a spa, you'll need an average of 300,000 or on a common town. And that means that will be a heavy burden for you, and you will do the investment, and it is not guaranteed that you are going to receive the investment return that you are expecting. Maybe you will go for months even before you get any return on the investment that you made. So but when now you invest on long-term investment plans, maybe for example the one we call the IRA, that is an individual retirement account. Yes, we will be investing a little amount of money, maybe at the end of the month, you will withdraw your money at your retirement age. If you start investing maybe 2,500 every month now, that means in 20 years you will have an average of 5 million in that account, and that is an investment that you are making without actually striving on your lifestyle. But when you decide that I'm going to put a spa here, and you see the interest that you'll be accumulating from a short-term investment plan, it's low compared to that of short-term plan. So as a young person, you should make sure that you focus on long-term investment plan. So take time to understand and invest wisely, and stop focusing on only the here and now strategies of life. So focus on the future and create a net worth for yourself. And one type of investment that, like I had said earlier, is the individual retirement account. This account or this investment procedure, they usually have their own benefit, right? Like in the IRA, you have the tax benefit. You can be able to pay tax for the money that you want to invest, and that means that all the money that you will accumulate, you will not be paying tax for it, because actually you paid tax for it before you did the investment. Or we have the Roth IRA, and that means that you are going to pay the tax after the investment. During the process on investment and the investment returns that you have, you are not paying any tax on them. But now at the end, when you withdraw your funds, that's when you make the tax payment. So you take advantage of that tax deferred process, and that will help you create wealth, because it means it's like you are using the money that you are supposed to have paid a stocks and you are using it to invest. So it's like a loan that you have taken from the revenue authority, but actually you are not paying any interest on it. So you are just taking advantage of that money. And another one is index fund. This is an investment product consisting of many stock bounded together to create a one neat package that is designed to mimic the performance of a major stock index such as the S&P. So at index fund, this is where you are investing not on a particular product or on a particular company, but it's a pool of different products that have been brought together to resort to one product. And now this one is very beneficial because you are not worried whether you make loss at a certain period when one product goes down, because the products will be able to balance themselves. So at any constant stage, you will not be able to experience much loss on your money if the markets are not good. So you cannot lose your money because you have rolled over from index fund to IRA. Even when you lose your job, if you have invested on index fund, it means that even if you lose your job and now you are not able to continue contributing maybe the 2,000 that you used to contribute on investment. Remember, we say that investment requires discipline and focus and consistency. So maybe you are investing 2,000 every month and now you have lost your job and you don't have the 2,000. If you had invested in index fund, it means now you are not going to experience a loss because you can be able now to do the rollover from index fund to individual requirement account that does not require you to continue investing consistently. So as a young person, it's good to say that you are supposed to have realistic expectations. As you do this investment, don't have this unrealistic expectation that you want a 50% return on your investment in the first month. So make sure that your expectations are realistic. Study more about the market when the markets make good money, when the markets are at their lowest, and how to supplement your income at all those situations. And also it's good to do diversification. You reduce your rollover risk by having an investment on a variety of different areas. So don't just focus on investing on one company, on buying shares of a particular company. Do several variety of investment. There is a saying that says that if you want to become a billionaire, you need to have more than 7 channels of income. So you need to have several investments as a young age, and do not allow emotions to drive your investment. For most people, if they see a market driven for a certain product, that's where they take all their investment. And you forget that these markets do vary, and when the markets are making good money, those who are benefiting are the people who have already done investment on those products. So if you go and do investment during such a peak period, that means that you will be experiencing loss on your side where other people are making profit. So don't let emotions drive your investment. Do always a thorough research on investment, and but make sure you do not postpone your investment strategy. The earlier you start, the better, because tax advantage tool and compounding advantages, these are things that can work freely, and this is how the money market can work freely for you as a young person, so that when you will be retiring or when you will be requiring this money, they will be available to you without struggling. So to all young people, fight that fear of investing and make sure that you invest as early as possible. Don't wait until the time that you'll be 50 or the time that you will retire from your job. That's the time that you'll be investing. The earlier you invest, the better. And now for those people who are not civil servant or employed by corporates or businesses that offer them retirement benefit when you retire, this is an avenue for you. You can invest and make a retirement account individually retirement account as your investment plan. And this means that you will be setting apart that money and invest it as your retirement benefit. So the time that you'll be retiring from your job, or the time when your job contract will be over, you will already be having an amount of money or benefit that you have accumulated for yourself, even if it's not from the government or from your employer. So make sure you invest as early as possible. Do not postpone. Make sure you take advantage of this compounding interest and also the tax-free tools in the market.